Girl, stop scrolling, stop pacing the floor, stop crying into that pillow, because this is your moment. Do you hear me? Your moment. I don't care what you've been through or what they said about you. Yes, life knocked you down. You're tired. You feel broken. And maybe you've convinced yourself that lying there on the ground is where you belong. But let me remind you of something. The ground? Oh, baby. The ground is not your home. You weren't built to stay there. You were built to rise. You were built to thrive. And you were built to win. Now I need you to say it with me. This is not how my story ends. Say it louder. This is not how my story ends. Why? Because no matter how messy, painful, or complicated your situation is, I promise you this, there is still more for you. More joy, more peace, more purpose. But first, you've got to do one thing. Girl, get up. Let me tell you a little story. There was a woman I know. Let's call her Keisha. Now, Keisha was the type of woman who held it down for everyone. Family, friends, work. She was everybody's go-to. She had dreams, big ones, but life kept throwing punches. First, she lost her job. Then her boyfriend, the one she thought was the one, left her for someone else. And just when she thought she was catching her breath, her car broke down and she didn't have the money to fix it. One night, Keisha sat on her couch in the dark, surrounded by bills she couldn't pay, crying so hard she could barely breathe. She said, "I've done everything right. I've worked hard. I've been good to people. Why does it feel like life keeps beating me down?" She sat there, paralyzed by the weight of it all, when she heard a little voice inside her, so small at first that she almost missed it. That voice said, "Get up." Keisha wiped her tears, shook her head, and said out loud, "I can't." But the voice got louder. "Girl, get up." And let me tell you something about Keisha. That night, she didn't magically fix her life. She didn't suddenly get her job back or win the lottery. But you know what she did? She got up. She made a plan. She called a friend and asked for help. She applied for 20 jobs. She started walking to the bus stop every day until she could afford to fix her car. She got up, and because she did, her whole life began to change. Keisha didn't wait for the perfect moment, and neither should you. Sometimes the miracle isn't in the outcome. It's in the decision to rise, no matter how hard it feels. You might feel like you're too broken to get up. Maybe the betrayal cut too deep. Maybe the failure embarrassed you so badly that you've convinced yourself it's better to stay down than to try again. But listen to me. Broken crayons still color. Shattered glass still reflects light. And a woman who rises after she's been knocked down? Oh, honey, she's unstoppable. You've been through too much to stop now. And let me remind you of something. You've already survived what you thought would kill you. The fact that you're still here means you're stronger than you think. So get up, wipe those tears, straighten your crown, and stop letting life punk you. You are not a victim. You're a warrior. You were made for this fight. Now I know what you're thinking, but you don't know my situation. You don't know how hard it's been. And you're right. I don't know the specifics of your story, but I know this. You're still breathing, and as long as there's breath in your body, there's purpose for your life. You don't need to have it all figured out to get up. You just need to take the first step. Maybe it's making that phone call you've been avoiding. Maybe it's forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Maybe it's applying for that job you feel unqualified for. Whatever it is, girl, do it scared, do it tired, do it unsure. But for the love of everything that's good, just do it. Because when you rise, you don't just rise for yourself. You rise for every woman watching you. You rise for the daughter who will one day face her own storm and need to know that it's possible to survive. You rise for the sister who's too afraid to take her first step until she sees you take yours. You rise for the women who don't even know you but will be inspired by your story. So girl, get up. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Get up and show the world what you're made of. Because the world doesn't need a perfect you. It needs the real you, the you with battle scars, the you who's been through hell but keeps showing up, the you who refuses to quit. No matter what you've been through, no matter how many times you've fallen, I promise you this. There is still more for you. More love, more laughter, more wins. But none of it will happen if you stay on the ground. Girl, get up. And when you do, the world better watch out. Because there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who refuses to stay down. Now go handle your business. The future is waiting for you.